Welcome back. This is Jennifer on your Community Connection Corner here on your Catholic station, Real Life Radio 1380, 94.9 FM. Joined today by the Father Beiting Appalachian Mission Center, Ruslyn, Sue, Dominic, and Cindy here joining me. So welcome back, guys.
Thank you.
And the first segment we talked about who you are, and now we want people to know how they can get involved. You know, we talk about the home improvement, and that's your biggest mission trip opportunity. And to go and help people fix up their houses is basically, you're not doing new builds. You're
no new construction. No, just home repair.
Home repair.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean everybody has to know how to do home repair.
Right.
You need to come with an open and willing heart to do whatever's need to be done and put your best effort forward.
Yeah, because I'm thinking, Jennifer, on a home improvement project, I'm not even allowed to do them at my own house. Bad things happen. But there are other opportunities to connect and get involved. And can you guys share some of those?
Sure. We have a newsletter, Sue. You could talk about the newsletter. She publishes it and puts it together.
Yeah, we have, 4 editions of the regular newsletter, and then we have 4 postcards, Christmas cards, that type of stuff. And each of the employees get the opportunity to write an article for it. They can put in, our needs and what their projects or their programs need, and we go from there. We have, I think, 5,700 on the database right now.
Very good.
So now if I want to sign up for the newsletter, how do I do that?
You can go to the website, which is www.fbamc/ky.org.
Dash.
KY. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Or you can call us, 606-638-0219, and we'll get you on there.
Fantastic. And you guys are reaching out to social media as well, did you say? On Facebook? And
yes.
Are you tweeting yet?
No.
No tweeting.
No tweeting yet.
Tried that. Didn't work too well.
But the newsletters, that's where we make our ask. Father would ask. He said, if you don't ask, you don't get.
Right.
We've become very specific with our asking. The newsletters help us get, of course, money, which is our primary need. But, we get tools, we get all kinds of donation of clothes and household goods, appliances that we put in our thrift store that we are able to, get out into the community. So that's one way to get involved is for people who can't come on the missions trip. I know, Cindy could tell you about the volunteer coordination, getting people down, down there for the week. To set up these jobs.
Yeah, we usually have groups. We can hold 2 groups of up to 30 people per week, and they arrive on Sunday and leave on Saturday. And those we refer to as our seasonal volunteers. And then we also have a summer internship program for 21 and older. The seasonal volunteers, the 1 week, is high school age and above. So we get youth groups, we get school groups, we get college groups, we get adult groups. The summer internship program is 10 weeks in the summer, and they're working with our volunteers and living in community. And then we have long-term volunteers that are committed for 1 year. And that would be based on what their skill is in helping our organization.
And we've had seminarians volunteer, is that right?
Yes. In the internship program, we've had several seminarians, and we'll have some more this summer as well. And that's just been wonderful, especially for the youth that are coming for the week, to just see that these are regular people,
Right.
like you're not anybody peculiar or unique, when you're in seminary or being called to be a priest. It's people just like you and I.
So, if I'm not able to do home improvement, what other volunteer opportunities? What could you put me to work in?
Well, we base our job assignments on the skills that
I have no
you're
skills.
bringing. Well,
You will when you come down.
there's somebody in your group that might.
Oh,
As
okay.
long as one person does, they can lead that group. But we also have painting and cleaning, and we have the volunteers do home visits. With a skill. I mean, with a job, they'll have a job, and then that afternoon they'll do a home visit. So, we visit the local nursing home. You don't have to have a lot of skill. We can find a way to keep you busy.
Now, when you say home visit, what do you do? What does a home visit entail?
That's when the volunteers go to a home of somebody we've serviced in the past and visit with them. That is the whole intention. You're being present with them. They may pray together. They may talk, take a walk, whatever happens. And it's been a wonderful experience because the people in the eastern part of Kentucky are just wonderful, God-centered people. And, it's just a blessing for everybody involved.
And it means so much to them when people come and visit. I know you've all told me several times that that the people who receive assistance are so touched that someone would drive and come all the way and give of their time to help. And that, if anything else, is provides hope,
right,
and makes you see that God is present in the world and active in your life.
Sometimes it's more of an impact on those people visiting than the people
right,
that are being visited. And you mentioned about not having skills. Sometimes we get younger folks and sometimes even older folks who are limited in their skills, and we'll put them to work maybe sorting in the thrift store or something like that. And again, it's something I always emphasize because we will meet with the volunteers. We try to keep Father's legacy, which is meeting with the volunteers, having a meal with them, spiritual reflection, what's going on. Most of them have their own spiritual program, but we try to see how it's impacted them. But I will say it quite often is the smallest, most menial job you do here is going to impact the poor somehow. You may never know it. You may never know who that person is. It may not. It may happen. That impact may not be 10, 12 years down the road. But whatever you do is helpful and meaningful to the area that we're serving. Cindy, you didn't mention the long-term volunteer. Oh, you did. Oh, I didn't. Sorry, I missed that. But there's always something that can be done and accomplished. Again, especially because of the emphasis that we make on the spiritual journey that people come down. Take time, time to reflect while you're doing something. You get some quiet time, especially when you're sorting in the sorting room. The stuff just keeps coming, and you keep sorting through it. So there's always something to do, and as I said, it makes an impact on the volunteers that come. They go back and they're different people when they get back into their communities, and that's one of the things that Father always would emphasize. When you get back, it doesn't stop. Stop here for the week. When you go back, that ripple effect. So we try to continue that, that legacy, that part of Father's legacy.
And you were telling us earlier before we came in here that one of your biggest needs really is money. People want to donate things to help the poor in eastern Kentucky, but when you're doing these home improvement projects, unless they want to bring down a ton of lumber or whatever, it's much better for you guys to have funding, correct?
Yes.
Right.
We try to utilize local businesses as much as we can to help the local economy. So again, people, buy the products there. We buy things in bulk, that material. Also, part of that money helps the clients that we're servicing, because we ask them in some way to participate in the program, which offsets the cost of the material in the sense that we give them credit for the hours they've worked. So they have a buy-in. The clients that we're helping have a buy-in as well. But still, everything starts with that dollar to buy what we need to get it accomplished. The material things are good, the clothes and all that. We need all that, But again, it's a huge center. I mean, it's a 40,000 square foot building.
Right.
We have, I think, 10 full-time employees and 4 part-time employees, and we have to maintain the volunteer quarters. That's why even when we were seasonal volunteers and we would go back to Pennsylvania, people would say, "Well, tell us about it." And I always used to say, "You have to come and see for yourself, because I could tell you, but you're just kind of like, what?" So again, and that's a good way to participate. Even with our group, when we would come down, people who couldn't come with us, they would provide financial support. They would provide meals for us, things like that. So you don't necessarily have to come to participate and be a volunteer. There's other avenues. And as you said, financially is always a great way, because those expenses. The gas bill comes, the electric bill comes, the fuel bill, all those things, and we need that to maintain our service area.
You can go to our website to donate. We can take donations online, and there's also our address there in Louisa. People, feel more comfortable to send checks.
And they can just call you up and come down and see. Sometime, just come for a tour. We can't come for a whole week or whatever, but we want to see what you're all about, and you guys are more than happy to host visitors,
Absolutely.
right?
Yes.
Yep. And we also tried to send volunteers to other parishes in the diocese. We've been successful with that for the last year, especially, and coming into this year. So we do send them to remote locations, not just Lawrence and Martin County. So again, it's another way to participate is to go to these other areas of Eastern Kentucky.
And the website again is fbamc-ky.org.
Yes.
That's it.
Fantastic. Well, and your phone number again?
606-638-0219.
Okay, one more time.
606-638-0219.
Well, it's been a pleasure having you guys.
Thanks for having
Thank
us.
you.
It's been
Looking
great.
forward to having you on Diocese Live every month, and people can check you out on Facebook.
Yep.
Right.
Thanks.
Thank you.
This has been your Community Connection Corner here on your Catholic station, Real Life Radio 1380 and 94.9 FM.